Guys, we're on day 16. This is the final day of fabrication, or the actual build process, if you will. What we have left, with the tank done, all we got left is to build the seat. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to take cardboard, I'm going to cut out kind of a rough template, transfer it over to some plywood that I have. I've ordered foam and vinyl, which I have sitting up on top of my toolbox, and we just need to make a seat, so let's get to it. Well, there's the seat. They do a little bit of sanding around the edges, but for the most part, the foam and the vinyl will cover up all these edges. One of the things I have to account for, because I didn't use a flush-mounted gas cap on the gas tank, is that with the position, the gas tank's right up underneath the seat. So the cap actually is going to have to recess into the seat just a little bit. It's going to be a flip-up seat so you can get access to the gas tank. Anyway, so I'm going to bore out a hole here that'll allow that gas cap just to kind of sit inside the wood here. Just going to bore that. Alright, we got the hole hogged out for the cap. Now it's time to put together a plan for the foam thickness and how I'm going to lay it all out in here. I'm going to wrap it and staple it. Alright, so I've tested it. I've got a piece of foam cut out just a little bit wider than the edges and a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this rear piece of foam right here. That'll give me kind of a stop to feel where the back of the seat is. And we're just going to wrap the rest. This will bring the edges in, gives plenty of foam. This is a high density foam. I sat on it with just this. It feels pretty comfortable. It's not real hard, so if you hit your your tailbone on it, it's not going to hurt real bad. So we're going to go with that, see how it works out. There she is. Isn't 100% perfect. Around some of the corners, there's a little bit of binding. But this thing's not being designed to be a show bike. But that seat should be fairly comfortable. A little bit of extra padding here in the rear so I can feel where the end of the seat is. Let's build a bracket for it. Alright, to make this thing a flip-up seat, we got just a generic hinge here. I'm going to mount it as close to the center as possible. I can't have it perfectly centered because it'll interfere with the gas cap hole here. And so get it pretty centered, just make sure it's mostly straight. And then I'm going to have to weld a cross bracket onto the top of the frame. And then weld this piece to that, or weld the hinge to that. And we'll have our seat mount. here's my piece of metal that I'm going to weld on as the bracket for this. I just got to kind of center up and mark where the bracket needs to sit. Alright, I've got it marked, I've got it lined up. Just need to weld it into place. Dang it, I was afraid of that. Go ahead and melt some of the vinyl in the process. That's always nice. Well, live and learn. Well, that was unfortunate. Just put a couple staples here to keep that from spreading. I'm not going to use a whole nother sheet of vinyl just to repair this. I'm sure it's going to get wrecked up anyway, so. Alright, now we just need to tack it to the frame. Again, I'm going to go ahead and mock it up, make some marks on it, and then weld it to the frame. Seat being made, the seat bracket done, I'm realizing that that's not going to work. I need something to kind of hold this tight. That way it doesn't flop around, especially when you're doing wheelies. And if you crash, you'll have the seat flopping up and then getting hit the ground and breaking off. So anyway, very cheap solution. Took a nail, I bent it. Gonna weld it to the frame, like so. Gonna take a couple of zip ties, bolt them to the bottom of the seat, and then just use a little loop to slide down over this nail. Let's see if it'll work. Run the zip tie through the washer. That'll give you an easy, accessible point for the other zip tie to hook onto. Alright, so I need the second zip tie tight enough where it pulls this little springing action out of the seat, but loose enough where I can slip it off and open the seat up for easy access to put gasoline in the tank. Just like that. Nice and secure. Lift it up. Access to put gasoline in it. Put it back on. If it ever breaks, it's easy to replace. Ha! We're calling that good. Ta-da! So this is the mini bike, guys. We are done with the fabrication on it. All we've got left now to do is cleaning, finishing up any unfinished welds, prepping, and painting. And then we got to do the final video of riding it, obviously. But anyway, thanks again so much for sticking along this far into the build. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I appreciate any kind of feedback or anything like that. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on the logo. I'll put that in the corner of the screen here. And then when the next video comes out, that'll also be available to click on right here. Thanks again, guys.